is the competition. Now remember, we are not in isolation. No company, no person is in isolation. Effectively, what it means is there are competitors in every field of life. Whether you're looking out for a job, there will be 2 other people who are sitting in the same room. If you're looking for anything, there are competition. You want to buy a car, there are 10 cars, and this is the competition. So what I want to say here in this chapter is, how do we define our competitors? Can anybody or everybody is our competitor? Okay, now I believe the internet is again playing truant. So what we do is we ignore it. It is I think lagging for me. It is rebooting the screen. Be with it. I really don't know why it is happening. Whether it is Zoom or whether it is something else, I don't know. I believe what we can do is, Adnan, I believe you can do it. They have just given one one option, and the option is you have to actually, or rather, you can actually have a 40 minutes plus package, which is free. Maybe you could explore it. They're giving it to K-12, and you can say we have just completed K-12, whatever. So let's come back to the competitive set. So Adnan, can we go to the next one, please? Thank you. So these are a few. One is your customer oriented, marketing oriented, and so forth. Now, just give yourself a few minutes, and if you turn off the camera, it will consume less data and it might not lag. I can do that if you want me to. So where is the camera? Stop here. Okay, see, Anup Hiwarkar is telling all of us that turn off the camera, and he might be right, because I'm not Shah Rukh Khan. So what I can do is, let me put off the camera and let me see if things improve. So I believe I have to give Control N. Stop video, Alt V. Alt V. Great. Okay, Yash, what is that? I've got 3 rectangles. Oh, smile. Okay, thank you. Now, I hope we can have a good time. At least it won't reboot that frequently, hopefully. Because the first time it reboots, I'm again going to put the camera on. You like it or not, my face, that is. So customer oriented. Now, what is that? And why is it that customer becomes a basis for competition? Yeah, let's see, can you read it? We will use a term here, and that term is a marketing term, and the marketing term is share of the wallet. Have you heard about share of the wallet?
No.
No. Okay. It's something like this. It's something like this. Let's say you have got 20 rupees in your pocket and you are thirsty. It's a hot day, I mean, it's almost 40 degrees and you are thirsty. So what do you do with those 20 rupees? One, go and buy mineral water, go to the shop and say, Bisleri de do. Or if you are looking out for some sugar water, you say, thumbs up de do. Or if you say, no, I don't want any drinks of those kind, like which are aerated and all, let me have a lassi or a chach, right? Now remember, the company which makes water is not the same company which makes thumbs up. Bisleri does not make thumbs up. Second, thumbs up does not make Amul chach. Yeah? And Amul's chach and lassi do not make, let's say, limbu pani on the road. Now, what I'm saying here, okay, so we are back with the video. No. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is that when you have 20 rupees in your wallet, you have an option of water, limbu pani, which means the same is the wallet is the product in the same league which takes over the other. More or less, yes, more or less what you're trying to say. So the point I'm trying to make here is that there are 5 different companies which are looking out to take the maximum out of your wallet because you are thirsty. Yeah. Now, does that mean that you have only 5 choices? Not necessary. If you have 20 rupees in your pocket, it is feasible and possible. You go to Pumba, there is a nice cooler there. You have 2 glasses of nice cold water and your 20 rupees is in your pocket. You don't spend on anything. So what happens then? Then you look at things which are beyond your core requirement. Your core requirement is something to drink because you are thirsty. So I look at something which is worth 20 rupees and my core requirement is already satisfied. So what do? There is the vada pav wala in the canteen and I say, chalo, I had a nice cold water in the Pumba. Let me have a vada pav. So the same 20 rupees is also used to buy a product which does not give you the benefit of the core necessity. So the point I'm trying to say here is that competition, or the basis of competition, is competing for the same budget. Generally, same class, generally, whether it is water, charge, lassi, thumbs up, whatever. But it is feasible and possible that the competition for the budget can come from something which is beyond the core necessity. So we have to be very, very careful about it. You know what I'm trying to say? For example, if I say, I want to give a message to my friend, what do I use? A mobile, yeah? Or I SMS, or I do something else. I can, and that means I'm using the services of a company known as Airtel. Yeah. Now, the same message I can also do by giving an email from my laptop using another service provider for the internet. But what am I doing? I'm messaging my friend using 2 service providers, whether it is Airtel and maybe the other one is Jio, for the same purpose. So what I'm doing is, 1, who's my customer and my competition is for the budget. 2, why they use it and what are the benefits sought, and how does my customer use those benefits at different points of time? That is, when they use it. So if you are in college, obviously you'll be using the college internet. Why spend your own money when college is giving you such a fast internet? Okay, that's a joke. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, this is what you are doing. So if you are in college, you are using the internet of the college. When you are at home, you are using the internet from your mobile, or maybe from the Geo, hotspot. What do you say? That machine, Geo machine. Yeah. So why I'm saying this is that customers use different products at different points of time, maybe for the same purpose. So all these is customer oriented. That is, I want the customer to buy from me at different points of your cycle. Yeah. So what can I do? I'm, let's say, I'm a company named Tata. Yeah. And I make cars. And hopefully, the person who bought my car, Indigo or Tigor or whatever, likes it. So for him, Tata as a brand is a very positive brand. So what do? I go to that customer and say, hey, I'm so happy that you use my car and you like it. We also have got, something known as Chroma. So whenever you want to buy a mobile or an air conditioner or maybe a laptop, please come to my shop. So you Chroma, and they said Chroma from Tata. So you say, okay, sounds good. So I go to Chroma. Because I like the car, I buy another service which is not related to cars at all. So I bought a car, I loved the car, now loving the brand which has made the car from Chroma. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, to buy a laptop, I could have easily got a laptop, HP or whatever, and got it. But because I like Tatas, and they said, come to Chroma, we'll give you a better price or better thing. I use the services of Chroma because I like the car. So my budget is 7 lakhs for the car and 60,000 for the laptop. They have been able to get 7 lakhs from me because for the car. They would have given it, or any other company would have taken it, like Amazon or Flipkart or maybe Next or whatever. I say, don't go there because you like the 7 lakh car. I also want 60,000 more from you by selling you a laptop. So this is one way of competing against another brand. So that is why you see, if your brand is, or if you're satisfied with the brand you're using, you will also use the brand for buying products which are not the same, but from the same brand. So that is why, you'll find companies building brands. Because once you build a brand, you can sell so many products under the same brand. We will go to one chapter known as branding. So we will talk about it more. But what I'm trying to say is customer oriented. That is, I'm so that the customer likes me and my brand. So that whenever I bring out another product from the same brand, it starts with a benefit. For example, Tata Sky. Okay, it is neither into steel, not into automobiles. It is giving you some TV programs. It is a DTH. Because the name is Tata's, I think we all know it is among the largest in DTH operators in the country, if not the largest. And are they giving something better than maybe Dish TV or others? No. So what they're giving the brand Tata. Another thing, I'm sure you can make some research, is that Tata is into housing. They have something known as Tata Housing. And they are into, distant suburbs of cities like Pune. Then, I don't know if you know, there is a known as Bhubaneswar. In Bhubaneswar, they're coming out with a, complex. But the two-bedroom price in Bhubaneswar, in a fairly decent society, is about, say, 50 lakhs. In Tata, it is 70 lakhs. Why are they asking 20 lakhs more? Because they're giving something extraordinary. Because the bricks are same. Because you can't have a different formula of cement. I'm sure you know cement is about 150 years old formula. And that formula, and that was an American invention. So a cement is same. Why is Tata taking so much money? Because they are selling the brand Tata. So customer oriented, build a brand. Second, wonderful. Why did Nano fail if Tata is so big a brand? Fantastic. When Nano was introduced, I'm sure you know, it was the brand which had the maximum bookings of any brand ever in the history of automobiles. The brand, even before it was launched, the number of bookings of Tata Nano were 2,63,000. If you want some perspective, in those months, the number of Altos, the largest selling car in India, is or was about 15,000 per month, which means if you sell 1,80,000 Altos, the bookings of Nano was 2,63,000, which means almost double of what Nano sold in a year. So my point here is Nano was well accepted before. Okay, let me see what Tejas says. Good question. Tejas, I'm sure all of you have seen what is written, that what happens if a major brand manufactures something which is minor, it's something like, Apple laptop sold in the, Kirana shop. It is not. Okay. So if you ask me whether Mercedes can manufacture COVID-19 masks and start selling it using a Mercedes COVID-19, I don't know. I'm sure there are about 43 of us around. My point is, it will be a great branding. You sell a Mercedes and you sell a COVID-19 N95 mask, and the mask says Mercedes. I don't know. It need not be CSR. It can be a branding exercise itself. One, I'm giving you a N95 mask, which is the best one. And I'm also making it from Mercedes, which means that it will protect you from COVID-19 in a nice way. I don't know. They just, I don't know. This is my take on it. If I'm throwing it open to everyone. Mm-hmm. Good. What Manas says is good. Any other inputs? because it's a beautiful message. Mercedes making COVID-19 masks and branding it as Mercedes. So can we have? Yeah, tell me.
If ever they produce any mass of such type, first of all, they would be costly, and secondly, I think they would be limited in numbers. I guess.
Whom am I talking to?
Sagar, this Sagar here.
Sagar. Okay. Now, Sagar, you're right. It will be a costly mask, and it will be a limited edition. And now we know that COVID-19 has attacked the biggest of stars, the Prime Minister of England. So, which means now COVID is making the world flat. Yeah? Which means, how do you now discriminate that I am a great COVID patient and you are a small COVID patient? I have got a Mercedes mask. What have you got? I don't know. I'm just throwing open some, funny parts. You can actually advertise on TV. I wear a Mercedes. Do you? Okay, whatever. I mean.
Yeah, you are right, sir. COVID doesn't discriminate on.
Because COVID is not discriminating. So how do you discriminate? By using Mercedes masks? Because I believe the orders to almost all the manufacturers of cars is to make ventilators, because they have a lot of supply chain which can help in making ventilators. So I don't know, it can have a N95 Mercedes mask or a BMW ventilator, or maybe JLR, maybe what PPE, whatever, I don't know. So you can do it, because after this lockdown is over, I'm sure the government will ask every one of us to wear a mask before you go on the road for the next maybe 3 months. So how do you show that you are a rich guy? Okay, you can say you can have a mask and a brand of Mercedes on that, Merc, or yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just throwing open the possibilities. So yes, massive company which mostly believes in profits. I don't know. I'm just throwing it open again. The next question. I believe the profits to be made in manufacturing face masks is much higher than Mercedes cars. I mean, I'm throwing open a statement. Tell me if I'm wrong. The cost of making maybe N95 mask might be about, say, 200 rupees. A Mercedes mask can sell at 1500 rupees. So if you're selling about 1 million masks every month, if not more, yeah, I mean, you are making a profit of about, say, 700%. And if you sell 1 million masks every month, you are actually making more money selling masks than making or selling Mercedes cars. Because 1500 rupees may not be a very huge cost for even middle class Indians. So, I mean, this is something I'm throwing open. Give me back. Because marketing cannot be learned. Yeah, it cannot be learned just listening to a fellow named Pranav. Marketing has to be a dialogue, not a monologue. So this is a dialogue. Okay, friends. So that was something which we are doing. Now, can I put on my video and you'll be subjected to my horrible face? And let's see how it is.
Hello,
okay.
Sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Rahul here. Sir,
Rahul, yeah.
Can we share that we have our motive should be to expand our wallet share into market share?
Not necessarily market share, but what you can do is your regular clients, you can sell more to them. Because if you want to increase your market share, the cost of advertising, promotion, etc. is there. But if you have got your own customers and you're selling, say, 10,000 rupees worth of products to the customer every month, I'm just giving you a ballpark figure, and the customer actually spends 50,000 rupees a month for his groceries, rent, electricity, etc., which means that out of 50,000, another 40,000 is available for you to grab. So what I'm trying to say is the share of wallet means that if I actually increase my per wallet share or per customer wallet share from 10,000 to 20,000, and if I had about, say, 10,000 customers, I automatically can say it saves my cost of getting another 10,000 customers. So whatever I was planning to get from the other 10,000 customers, I get it from my captive 10,000 customers. So the share of wallet need not necessarily mean an increase in market share. It can only mean an increase in turnover from the same customers. Which
Yes,
means you don't have to pay one single rupee extra for advertising and promotion and etc. But you have captive 10,000 people buying double what they were buying from you because you have come out with a few products which is of need or which they need. Yeah. So my
yes.
product management involves this, that I make products which increase the share of wallet of my current customers.
And so, how can we increase the wallet share? Are there any strategies for the same? And is it part of marketing strategy maybe to increase the wallet share along with market share as well?
See, market share increase is anyway a continuous process. You know, you got your market research, what customers want, etc. But wallet share is generally for the same person who's your customer. For example, suppose there is a customer like you and me. Yeah. Now, all of us buy sauce, yeah, tomato sauce or tomato chili, whatever. Yeah. And many of us also buy ice cream, right? So if I have Hindustan Unilever with a brand known as Kisan, and Kisan sauce is my regular, I buy, say, 2 bottles every month, which is about 100 rupees or 150 rupees, which means I buy about, say, 300 rupees of sauce every month from Kisan, from Hindustan Unilever. Now, what does Hindustan Unilever do if it understands that I also buy about 250 rupees of ice cream every month? So what does it do? It does not do anything much. It gives me an ice cream, and that ice cream is so familiar to me that I buy quality ice cream. Incidentally, quality is a Hindustan Lever product. So what happens?
Basically,
Product.
So does that mean that we have to know our customer well and engage them in products, maybe increase our wallet share and market share? Right?
Again, you are into market share. I'm not talking about market share. I'm only talking about wallet share of my current customers. So you are absolutely right. I should know what he's buying. Second, how much is he buying? Suppose if I find that he might be buying 2 bottles of Kisan sauce, which is 300 rupees, which I get every month from this customer, but he is only buying about 50 rupees worth of ice cream every month. Now, is this 50 rupees enough for me to introduce an ice cream for him? So that is one more strategy we have to do. In marketing, you must have seen, you must have gone through a concept known as segmentation. If you remember, कुछ मालूम है segmentation क्या है?
Definitely, sir.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. Wow. Can you please let me know what are the characteristics of a segment?
So there are various parameters like what should be the size of a particular segment,
Correct.
which segment to enter in,
Correct.
then what are the profits related to that particular segment, what are the risks associated
you
with
said profits.
So if may I?
Like possible
Yeah.
So it can be according to the book that I've read, it had 6 characteristics like
Correct.
Could
Correct.
be inconsistent.
Yes.
negotiable, identifiable, and more too. I don't remember them, sir.
And feasible.
Feasible, I think so. Sir. No, feasible was not one of.
Not feasible. What am I saying? It should be. What do I say? It should be. I mean, why am I forgetting it?
It was.
You should be able to. You should be able to get into that market.
Substantial.
That is one of the correct.
Substantial, sir. Substantial.
I forgot to. Yeah, you're right. Substantial. Substantial, yes, but it should also be accessibility. Correct.
Accessible.
So it should be accessible. It should be substantial, etc. So when I'm talking about product management, same thing. Same thing. Is it substantial? Is 50 rupees worth of ice cream which my customer purchases every month, is it substantial enough for me to get you quality ice cream to that market or to that customer? So those are some of the things you have to find. Second, can Hindustan Lever get into ice cream? Of course, it's a hypothetical question because it is already into ice creams when they bought over quality. So this is what you have to ask as a product manager, which other products I can give to my customer so that my share of wallet of my regular customer increases. Right? So this is what the question was. Okay, I will do one thing. I'll put on the video, like it or not. I'm good. So, second, market oriented.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
one more question.
Yeah.
Sir, regarding wallet share, some companies give
your mic is not so good. Can you write? Can you write? Yeah.
For example,
Acha, internet is going to end in a minute.
The previous example you gave. If
Sorry,
I buy,
your mic is not so good. I'm so sorry. Sagar White. Yeah.
hello.
Hello.
Sure. Give me a minute.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Am I able?
Let's wait for a minute. Let Adnan give a new link. So good. So is it feasible and possible that your primary product, which you are selling to the customer for maybe a number of years, gets affected? The answer is yes, it may get affected. For example, if you are buying tomato sauce from Hindustan Lever's, brand of Kisan for 10 years or so, and suddenly the ice cream comes in and the ice cream is horrible, suppose, yeah, or they come out with maybe pet food, and the food is so bad the pet starts biting you. Kyun aisa khana diya? Anyway, so what happens now is that the next time you go and try to buy a tomato sauce of Hindustan Lever, it is feasible and possible that back of your mind you'll be thinking, "Arey yaar, I bought that pet food and it was horrible here. I don't know whether my sauce is good or not." So suddenly if a company like ITC comes and says, "Buy a sauce," and you say, "Chalo try karte hain," and you try the ITC sauce, and suddenly you find, it is as good as Hindustan Lever or maybe better, and Hindustan Lever has lost you forever. Now, why did you buy that sauce in the first place? You bought it because you were not happy with what you were getting as the second product. You were always happy with the sauce, but because you didn't like the dog food or the pet food, you are having second opinion. So it can, cause some problem if your product is not good. Yeah. Okay. Now we go to the second one. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So we go to the next one. Next one is marketing oriented. That is advertising and promotion. So your basis is marketing oriented. Remember, not market oriented. Now, what does it mean? That means if you have those marketing concepts like price, distribution, media, or your advertising copy, whatever, can you match A to B? For example, if you talk about price, yeah, and we have a product which is into open market, and the price is dropped by one of the manufacturers, and that manufacturer is not the one you buy it from. You buy maybe a competitor product. Is it necessary that your product, the company which you buy from, has to drop the price? Mostly yes. For example, if Coke offers lower price for its 500 milliliter thumbs up, it is but natural that Pepsi also has to reduce the price. You can't have a Pepsi half liter at 30 rupees and thumbs up liter at 35 rupees. You cannot have that. You can actually find out. The difference might be there for maybe one day, the day when Coke suddenly comes up with a strategy for thumbs up. But it will never, you just mentioned that term, what? Yeah, Tejas, which term? Open market. Open market is a market where it has got, what do I say, complete competition. There are different types of market. You have gone through OB, organizational behavior. So you have your, open market, laissez-faire or whatever, and you have your, no, not red ocean, not red ocean. Basically, open market is a market where competition is free. Yeah. So you have oligopoly and so on, duopoly. You know all those terms. I'm sure you've gone through that. Organizational behavior or organizational development, OD, whatever.
Managerial economics.
Right. So, managerial economics. Okay, whatever. I'm interested in the term, not in the subject. Okay. So in managerial economics, you have gone through that different market types, different types of market. So that is the market we're talking about. So it's an open market or a free market, whatever you call it. So in a free market where there is no restriction on the number of people coming in and going away, yeah, entry and exit strategy. If one of the competitors reduce the price, does the other competitor have to reduce the price? I'm mostly yes or no. That will depend on how close is the competitor. If it is Coke and Pepsi, then if one of the players reduce the price, the other has to reduce the price because they are very close competitors. If the competitors is big, suppose if the branded and unbranded, yeah, if the market has about say 2 or 3 branded and about say 20 unbranded products, for example, let's say Chuda or mixtures. Yeah, you have got Balaji, you have got Haldirams, and you have got maybe Parle or whatever, I mean 2 or 3, and the rest are all unbranded. So if suppose one of the unbranded guys reduce the price of mixture from 50 rupees a packet to 40 rupees a packet, is it necessary that Lay's has to do it? Is it necessary that Haldirams has to do it? Is it necessary that Balaji has to do it? The answer is may not. I'm not saying need not, but I'm saying may not. Because it will all depend on how much effect it has on the sales of the branded products. So price is one of the basis for competition, but it has to be within the same type of competitors. Then you have your distribution strategy. If you look at FMCG, the distribution strategy is everything. I think that is what we talked about. That in the 4 Ps, when you talk about FMCG, distribution, that is the place, is the most important thing which you have to talk about. The reason why Hindustan Unilever is big is because it is very big in the rural markets. I'm sure you have heard about the fight between Ariel and Surf, or I even use the word Tide and Surf. So the fight was very, very big. In rural India, Hindustan Unilever is big. For example, I'm sure you all know that the total number of villages in the country is about 600,000. Out of the 600,000, the number of villages having shops is about 350,000. So out of the 350,000 villages having shops, Hindustan Unilever is present in more than 270,000, which means almost all shops. Right. I hope I'm audible and visible now. Even after I cut off the video, it is still having a little problems. Anyway, that's a different issue. I actually stay beyond Hinjewadi. There's a place known as Marunji. And unfortunately, internet connection is not so strong here, unfortunately. That's something you and me have to live with. I can't go out of my house for the next 10 days, and neither can you. So you will have to actually look at it. Coming back to the distribution strategy. So if you look at that 275,000 villages have the Now, am I fine now? No? Yes? No? Yes, great. So I'm audible. The biggest competitor to Unilever is Procter & Gamble of America. And Procter & Gamble is having their presence in about 80,000, 75 to 80,000 villages. That is the reason why we say in rural India, Hindustan Unilever rules. But when it comes to urban India, the scene is completely different. Procter & Gamble is a bigger player than Hindustan Unilever in the detergent market especially. So you have Ariel and Tide selling more than your Surf and Rin combined. Yeah. So this is what the thing is. So distribution is important. Media, theme copy. These are all places where you have can you compete on a copy strategy? Yeah. The answer is yes. Can you compete on media reach? The answer is yes. If you look at political thing, you'll find one political party. Yeah. They're almost nowhere. So remember that you have in the media will determine your position. Yeah. So Adnan, next one. Other basis. Yeah. Third is resource oriented, raw materials, employees, financial resources, etc. Now remember, when I say resource oriented, one of the resource is financial. Now what I'm trying to say is, how do you fight with your competition using the financial resources as your USP? For example, when Jio came into the market in the telecom industry, you already had about 7 players. You had your Airtel, Voda, then you had Idea, then you had so many Tatas. When Jio came in the market, they came with an USP. And what is the USP? Free services for 3 months, unlimited things. So in this kind, right, exactly. And is it free for Mr. Mukesh Ambani? The answer is no. So what they did was they were just distributing the money to gain customer share. Okay. Now, because of that, the country has so much of churn. Many companies closed down. Idea and Voda had to merge to get a bigger market share. Airtel is not doing well. Then, of course, you have your very old BSNL. They're also not doing well, but because they have a bigger chest than Mukesh Ambani, that is known as the Reserve Bank of India, they have no problems. So what we find is, because of these financial resources which Jio could get, or the Reliance Industries could get, they were able to grab a huge market share. I believe they are now the second largest after Airtel, with about 300 million customers. So the point I'm trying to say here, is that financial resources can be the basis of competition. You can kill your competition if your financial resources are huge. Yeah, so this is what is another way in which you have a competition. And the last one is geography. That is, some companies are very good in some geography. Other companies will find it very difficult to hit or to compete with that company in some geography. Yeah, for example, Airtel went to Africa, and after Africa, Vodafone is big. They call it as Vodacom. They are big, and in the end, they said, they had actually bought a company known as Zain. They sold Zain. So this is what happens. Some geographies, Airtel is number one. For example, India. In India, Vodacom is nothing, but Airtel is very big. So what I'm trying to say is, geography can be a basis for competition. You may be very good in some geographies, may not be very good in other geographies. That's okay, no problems. It does not mean that you are bad or they are good, nothing of that sort. It's just that some geographies are good for you, some geographies are not so good for you. Yeah? After your 2 years of MBA, I'm sure most of you want a job, and then if I ask you which are the cities you want to work in, I can actually narrate it right now. Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad. Anything beyond these four, you say, I'll have to rethink. So if you get a great job in Patna, yeah. Okay, so this is what, if you get a great job in Bihar Sharif, which is 90 kilometers or 100 kilometers from Patna, and there is a huge ICICI bank, and they say, we are going to make you a branch manager of Bihar Sharif, I'm sure you'll rethink it. And I'm sure if your parents are also part of your decision making, you know what the answers might be, especially if you're a girl, that's even worse. So my point here is geography, which means that Pune, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad actually attracts the best talent India has got to offer. Congratulations, but that's it. So geography, the basis of competition is geography. Of course, if some of you can tell me that, no, sir, geography is not something I'm willing to work in any part of the country, including Srinagar, well, congratulations. I mean, I'm always ready to take back my words and say, maybe I was wrong. So, basis of competition. Now, let's go to the next phase. Yeah? Meeting ends in 9? Okay, let's have just this. Yeah, let's finish this slide and then we continue tomorrow. Now, what is here is that, look at this. You are talking about market growth. The market growth is something like this. The markets are same and different. What is same? Your same customer. Yeah? What is different? The market is something which you just got. It's an extra market compared to your main, or your, not only main, your captive market. Yeah? Product, same and different. Yeah. So same product in the same market is always A. Why A? This is always your core market with a core product. If you are selling Parachute coconut oil to the market, which is maybe dominated by the housewives, especially the middle class housewives, great, it's A. What if you have the same Parachute oil, which is meant for hair and all, and you give it to a different market, that is let's say male, right? Now, can I have the taste of this parachute oil and give it to men as a hair supplement? It is feasible. So the same parachute oil, the coconut oil, I'm giving it to a different market. Now parachute comes out with something different and gives it to the same market. Let's say parachute comes out with the hair cream and it gives it to the same market. Same with the hair cream for a different market altogether. That is the reason why are blue. Why blue? Because parachute knows the product. It has got a market which is captive. The same product it is giving to a different market, which means the characteristics, the marketing style, and all those will just vary a little bit, and it will sell to a different market. Whether it will succeed or not, I don't know. But the company is comfortable. But when it comes with a different product to the same market, there is a question mark. And the different product to a different market is also a question mark. Now, which is better? If your product is failing, yeah, your different product fails. Which is the ideal situation? Can it fail in your own market? It is very, very dangerous because of B, your A can get affected. Because your gel is bad, your coconut purchasers of the ladies might stop. B, at least better because it's a new market with a new product. They don't know you, you don't know the market. Which means if D is the situation and if C gets affected, you are fine because your A still remains. So this is what is the 4 product versus market, model. And maybe you could look at it in your time, and I'm sure all of you have got these PPTs. Let me stop now because I believe the next few minutes this meeting is getting over. So let us stop now and continue from the slide number 5 tomorrow with a few examples which we can discuss. Any questions so far? What we are doing is we are just finding out what is the competitors, where the competition is, and what do we do with new products for the same market or different markets. That's all we are doing. As a product manager, how do we face up to competition? My weapon is a product because I'm a product manager. I'm not the pricing manager or I'm not the warehouse manager. I'm a product manager. I use all of them. I use pricing, I use warehousing, everything. But I have one tool. Out of the 4 P's, I have one tool, and that is the product. I can decide a product. Okay, so any questions? No?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So if we have time, can you please tell that in the last lecture you were telling something about chess and how different countries have different
Ah, India versus China.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that session got over abruptly. So if we have time, can you just in a few minutes tell about it?
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
But
great.
I guess we don't have
So
enough time
the
left.
in India's okay. So let's start with this topic tomorrow. Whom am I talking to?
So Sagar again.
Hello, Sagar again. So Sagar, tomorrow morning. I mean, we have a planned class.
Sure, sir.
So tomorrow morning, Sagar, I want you to ask this question again, and then we'll spend about 3 to 4 minutes answering this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Sagar, thank you very much. So friends, have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.